So many people rave about him being the best pound for pound fighter in the world. I know you've got all the confidence in the world because you could put somebody to sleep with one blow. But what do you think about this guy's boxing skills? How do you feel about going against him purely from a boxing standpoint?
Like I said, he's a great fighter. He has all the accolades and everything, all the achievements that he's done. You know what I mean? I think that with this type of fight and this type of magnitude of a fight, I have everything and all the attributes to beat this guy.
Nah, I really don't care for him. I feel like he just got something that I want, and I feel like he's a champion and gotta respect him. But at the end of the day, I don't respect him in the ring, and every time I see him, I gotta let him know that I don't respect him. So, fight week coming up, and now it's time to let our fists do the talking. I don't respect anybody I gotta fight. At the end of the day, it's a lonely sport. We boxers, we fighters, and I can't go in the ring respecting another fighter because at the end of the day, once you show respect.
What does he do that you have to respect, and how are you going to beat him?
I know he's bringing that. I know he's taller. He got longer arms. He's a southpaw just like me. At the end of the day, I know it's a tough task in front of me, but at the end of the day, I got to get the job done. So I'm fully prepared, and I'm going to be a lot sharper this fight than I was my last fight, and I can't wait.
Style-wise and everything, I know, they call them high-tech. They do all those things like that, but I'm the type of fighter that I'll bring it to you. I bring the fight to you, and, I look for the fight, and I feel like, not only that, but I'm a big lightweight, like you said, Max, and this guy, man, he's better off at 130, 126, and I'm going to make sure that come October 17, we're going to bring him back down to 130. This is great, man. This is great for the sport. We're both going to come into our 16th fight, and this right now is huge. I
don't respect anybody I got to fight. At the end of the day, it's a lonely sport. We boxers, we fighters, and I can't go in the ring respecting another fighter because at the end of the day, once you show respect, they feel like they got an advantage over you. He go in the ring, he want to touch gloves and be friendly and be nice and get these guys that he be fighting to get them to respect him, and then he start to take over fights and beat them up. And I won't be one of them fighters.
I see. You're not saying you don't respect your opponent's fight game. You're saying you're not there to make friends. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm not here to make friends. At the end of the day, my life on the line, his life on the line. We got families to feed, and I take this very serious. So at the end of the day, I can't go in there, touch gloves, and be happy and be friendly with somebody that I got to beat up.
I got to say, Shakur, your life doesn't look like it's on the line when you box. Your opponent really does not hit you very much. Maybe it's because...
Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez got into a tense face-to-face argument live on the Stephen A. Smith Show, instantly catching the attention of fans everywhere. Both fighters stood their ground, defending their reputation and abilities with confidence, which only built more hype and anticipation for a potential showdown between them.
Stop trying to be nice on fight week. Like, this is the fight week. Like, I ain't your buddy, dude. Like, don't give me that. Don't try to soften me up to not give you this whooping I'm about to give you. So nah, I ain't trying to hear all that. We men. I got a family to feed. I don't care about all that.
Understood. But in fairness, we asked him about the fight. So that's
for sure. But if that's his response, then nah, man.
Shakur Stevenson said that even though he acknowledges Teofimo Lopez's talent, he has zero respect for him once they step into the ring. He explained that he's not in boxing to build friendships or be liked, but to compete at the highest level and come out victorious every time.
I think that he's where he is now in his career, in the physical prime of his career. Do you feel that he's better now than Loma was when you fought Loma?
Shakur?
Yeah.
And Loma? Loma and Shakur?
Yes.
No comparison there. No. But I believe me, stylistically, and the knowledge and everything I've learned from that is, I think there's a better version that we're going to see right now when I go against Shakur Stevenson Saturday night.
By what you said earlier, you said there's no comparison between him and Loma. Can you just clarify what you meant by that?
Loma was the #1 pound-for-pound rated guy overall, the best that they ever seen. fastest 3-weight division world champion in such a short period of time. I literally was collecting every belt. In the lightweight. Was literally collecting every belt in the lightweight division. And stylistically, I think that Lomachenko could fight off his back and his front. And I don't see that so much to say to
Teofimo Lopez shared the same mindset about Shakur Stevenson, making it clear that with their fight getting closer, friendship isn't part of the picture. He said his only focus is competing and winning, and that inside the ring, respect isn't given freely, it has to be earned through performance.
What does that do to those rankings? Do you officially become the face of boxing then?
Yeah, you got to put me in that top 5. It's some tremendous fighters there. Since Bud retired, might even put me top 4. So, yeah, I deserve it. But the job is not done yet, and I'm fully focused on the task, and I can't wait.
Talking about acknowledgement from people, some people love to hate you, some people just love to love you, but do you think that they're wrong for the way that they perceive you and the way that they view you, those people that do speak out and potentially don't like you or don't like your style?
Nah, they good with what they doing. I don't really have no problem with it because every great fighter is gonna be hated. If you watch Floyd Mayweather, during his entire career, he was hated. And now that it's over, they still hate on him to this day. So I know this comes with just being great. I watched it with Terrence Crawford. I seen it with a lot of fighters. So I'm not new to this game. I appreciate the hate. The hate keep me going and keeps me.
Lopez also stated that Vasily Lomachenko is a far superior fighter compared to Shakur Stevenson, pointing to Lomachenko's experience, achievements, and overall skill set. He admitted that Stevenson has talent, but said he still hasn't proven himself at the same elite level as Lomachenko.
I want you to talk about the sparring a little bit with you and Shakur. I don't think it was a whole lot of sparring, but just what do you remember about that? What was kind of difficult for him to get used to about you? What was maybe something about him that took a little bit to kind of figure out about him?
You know what I realized? Shakur was watching me this whole time, and I didn't even notice. Like that.
What do you mean?
I think Shakur knew I was really good, but he didn't say it. But now the time is here where he got no point but to now do it. And you know, when I beat Barboza, I ain't say nothing. You know what I mean? The wise man once said nothing, right?
Meanwhile, Stevenson said that beating Teofimo Lopez would push him into the top 5 of the pound-for-pound rankings. He stressed that a win over a fighter of Lopez's level wouldn't just confirm his place among the sports elite, but also showcase his dominance across multiple weight classes.
And I got there, and I went back to the hotel where we were at after the Barboza fight. I won. My whole fam, cousins, everybody was there, waiting for me at the hotel lobby. Had my belts, and you know what was there? Mind you, we left while the fights were still going on. So, mind you know what was it? Shakur and I think that Kim Moses or something like that. Some other people. I saw him in the corner just watching, just stalking, praying, while everybody else was cheering me on and everything, and I had the belts and all that. And he's just standing there, just watching that. It's insane.
Do you think you've kind of been on this collision course for a while now? He's kind of seen it coming for a little while. Have you not kind of seen it coming the same way he has?
Yeah, I haven't seen it the way he has. I think he...
In a recent interview, Teofimo revealed that while sparring with Shakur, he noticed Shakur had been observing him closely for a long time. Teofimo feels that Shakur always recognized his talent, but chose to keep it to himself.
Defense?
A 7.
6.
Ring IQ?
An 8.
7.
Footwork?
4.
A 4.
Power?
2.
I can't tell you. I ain't been in there with him yet.
Jab?
6.
He got a solid jab, so I give him like a 6.
Chin?
3.
He look like he got a solid chin on him, so I give him a 7.
His style?
5.
Style awkward, give him a 5.
His resume?
1.
resumes are kind of overrated in the sport of boxing. I can't even tell you. His resume is good, I guess.
His heart?
0.
I give him a 9.
Teofimo recalled a moment after his Barbosa fight when Shakur was standing in the hotel lobby, quietly watching him celebrate, highlighting that Shakur has been keeping an eye on him for years, long before their fight was ever officially set.
Shakur Stevenson has somebody who can match him with athletic ability. Pure ability, pure speed, quickness, quick twitch, athletic ability that can match him and could actually turn the tables in a way where he could force Shakur out of his comfort zone to maybe do some things, say, he doesn't want to do, that he's not as comfortable doing, initiating in certain spots, that I think Teofimo has the speed, the legs, the quickness, and he's got pop too with it, where he could possibly, I know this sounds ridiculous, but he could possibly match, and maybe even he would have to outmatch him to win. He'd have to be that good, but maybe match Shakur boxing and pull off what would be an upset. I think it's going to be a very, very, very interesting fight with a lot of X factors, a lot of intangibles, a lot of stuff floating around mentally, everything. I think it could be an intriguing fight. I don't know if it'll be a good fight. I don't know if it'll be a scintillating fight. I don't know about that. But I do think it could be interesting.
Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez have openly assessed each other's skills and abilities as they gear up for their highly anticipated fight.
Things have started to spice up a little bit in the build-up to this fight now. Teofimo is saying that he's going to mentally break Shakur Stevenson on the weekend. Do you think there's a world in which Teo can mentally break Shakur?
No, I don't think so. I think Teo thinks he's some kind of mastermind with the mind games and all that, but I think he's mad as a box of frogs. But no, I don't think he's going to be able to...
Veteran boxing analyst Teddy Atlas predicts a highly intriguing fight between Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson, noting that several key factors could decide the outcome. Lopez has the speed, power, and athleticism to match Stevenson's technical skills, but to win, he must outperform him in both strategy and execution. Atlas points out that the fight may rely less on pure talent and more on critical intangibles like focus, composure, and adaptability under pressure. While Stevenson enters as the favorite, Lopez's ability to push him out of his comfort zone could spark an upset. Overall, Atlas warns that the bout might not be flashy or explosive, but it promises to be strategically deep and mentally intense, with preparation, mindset, and in-the-moment adjustments likely determining the winner.
I heard they got you on the side.
Hey, the problem with your son is you still there.
Former world champion Josh Taylor believes Teofimo Lopez's strength comes more from raw athleticism than boxing intelligence. He explains that while Lopez is explosive and physically gifted, his punching power isn't overwhelming, and his offense can be predictable, often relying on big, leaping shots instead of clever setups. Taylor says this predictability could allow Shakur Stevenson to anticipate and neutralize Lopez's attacks rather than be outsmarted by them. According to Taylor, Lopez isn't a tactical mastermind. His style is emotional and aggressive, focused on force rather than strategy or psychological games. In contrast, Stevenson's technical discipline, patience, and strategic approach give him key advantages, capable of frustrating Lopez and forcing him to fight on Stevenson's terms, making preparation and composure crucial factors in the fight's outcome.
Why didn't you do it by yourself? Like something about bringing in Floyd, bringing in Andre Ward. What is he just talking about? Those guys coming in through camp? Obviously, Terrence Crawford's been in through camp. Is that kind of what your dad's talking about, or is there, I don't know, another level to it or something?
Could be another level to it or something. That's how my father is like that. You know what I mean? He's my trainer, and I think that you know, maybe he does in some way want people to act accordingly in the way they do things and like how we are, but not everybody's like us.
What do you mean act accordingly? What do you think something's like afoot or something? Like something's going on, or?
No, I can't say. It's up in the air.
You know, you've heard the chatter, right? Like a lot of people are picking Shakur. I believe he's a betting favorite. But you've been here before, right? With Loma, with Taylor. What's different about that this time around? Or is there anything different about it? Is there any different feeling of it coming into this one compared to maybe those other ones?
Yeah.
What's that?
He's a black fighter. Yeah. Which got adopted by being Puerto Rican a few years ago. I don't freaking know that part, but yeah.
That's Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
So does that create a difference? Like, I don't know, like how does that make a difference?
The deeper, it's like the deeper the roots, the sweeter the juice.
The blacker the berries.
There you go. So that way, what's the deeper the darker the skin, the deeper the roots. My bad. I ain't too sure. I ain't too
Yeah, you're young. It's cool.
The build-up to this fight has been intense, with tension not only between the fighters but also their camps. At a recent media day, a fiery moment occurred when Teofimo Lopez's father crossed paths with Shakur Stevenson's trainer, Wally Moses, leading to a heated confrontation that reflected the larger rivalry. The clash between the two veteran coaches highlighted the passionate and aggressive atmosphere surrounding the fight, showing how deeply both sides are invested in defending their fighters' positions. This incident wasn't just a sideshow, it revealed the mental and emotional stakes are high, with both camps determined to gain an edge even before the first bell rings.
It's been the toughest test is because of all the things that Shakur has displayed amongst his other competitors that he's faced in the ring. So, you know, I think that everyone kind of speculates that since he has a perfect record and he's barely lost any rounds, that's going to be the same outcome when he faces myself. I think that's the beauty about this fight and this sport overall. We don't know. We got to prepare for everything and anything. So just everyone tune in live on the Zone. And if you want, you don't have to pay no more pay-per-views.
When asked about his father's confrontation with Shakur's coach, Teofimo Lopez explained that his dad is very strict and expects people to follow certain standards, but he acknowledged that not everyone shares the same mindset or approach. Teofimo admitted his father can be unpredictable, making it hard to fully explain his actions. He also made an awkward comment about Shakur being a black fighter adopted by Puerto Rican culture, trying to joke about roots and identity when the interviewer appeared confused. Overall, Teofimo suggested that perceptions of background and culture are adding extra layers to the matchup beyond just the fight itself.
And rightly so. Shakur Stevenson might start this fight an odds-on favourite because he's Shakur Stevenson. You know, the next Pernell Whitaker, the southpaw, the slick southpaw. But I've studied him, and you know what he does really badly, just in my opinion.
Yep.
Shakur Stevenson, he likes to sit in the pocket, right? And he goes back to the rope, sticks his hands up, and he tries to pot shot and do the shoulder roll and waits for you and throws an uppercut or a straight left. You can't do that with Lopez. You can't back off on him. That's my point I'm trying to say.
Lopez is trying to talk him into a tear-up. I think he's saying how he's acting before he needs a tear-up.
Yeah, and Lopez has already laid, the blueprint's been laid because he beat the great Lomachenko, another great southpaw. He's beating him, so he goes into this fight absolutely.
Lopez admits that fighting Shakur Stevenson is the toughest challenge of his career, acknowledging Stevenson's flawless record, sharp skills, and top-tier defense as unlike anything he's faced before, and experts see this matchup as Lopez's ultimate test, where his strength and athleticism will go head-to-head with Stevenson's precision and smart ring strategy in a high-stakes super lightweight showdown.
Visualize these moments, these big nights in Madison Square Garden?
Yo, honestly, I ain't gonna lie. During my time coming up, my vision really was the Olympics. Like, I really only had amateur visions. I wasn't thinking of the professional game that much. But now that I'm here, it's just like amazing to be in this situation. And I know that God has blessed me with these opportunities and putting me in the situation where the spotlight is on me. And I'm going to go in there and do what I got to do.
I know from past fights and even this Cepeda fight, I've seen a lot of the kids from Newark around, and this time around you've bought some tickets for them. It's been publicized. What does it mean to you to be able to give back to that community that you came from?
I just want to say this is not my first time doing it. It's just the first time that people have publicized it, but I've been doing this that's something I've been wanting to make sure that the kids from where I'm from that come from the same circumstances and situations that I come from, that they can see that it's possible.
Do you think Shakur Stevenson's skill and precision will outbox Teofimo Lopez, or will Lopez's power and relentless pressure take over? Share your predictions in the comments below.